Okay guys, questions 34 to 39, and then we have one question for 40 as well. Again we've got this completion type of questions and no more than 2 words for your answer. Method of determining where the ancestors of turtles and tortoises come from. So you will find it in one part of the passage, and in flow chart answers always come in order. Step number 1, 71 species, that is your clue word. 71 species of living turtles and tortoises were examined and a total of dash were taken. Total of dash, again it can be a number. First you find 71 species, find that, and then a total of dash were taken from the bones of their forelimbs. It's on the last page of the passage, first paragraph, 71 species. And you know answer is a number, 71 species of living turtles and tortoises. They used a kind of triangular graph paper to plot the three measurements. So total of 3 measurements, that will be the answer. 3 measurements. Now you will find all the answers in the same paragraph, right? Let's read on. Okay, so next question, question number 35. Step 2, the data was recorded on a. Now where did they record the data? On a computer, on a device, or on a paper, on a copy, or something like that. The data was recorded on a dash necessary for comparing the information. Now go back, same place, there you will find this answer. Data was recorded on a. On a? Well done, exactly, graph, triangular graph, exactly. Either you can write only graph or triangular graph, well done. So they are mentioning where they actually recorded the data, triangular graph. Okay, let's move on. Question number 36. Now outcome. Land tortoises were represented by a dense dash of points towards the top. Now they are talking about same graph. Dense means overly populated, dash of points towards the top. Go back to the same place. For dense, they use the word like cluster. Just a second, let them just see. Just read this. Sure enough, these amphibious species show up on the triangular graph approximately halfway between the wet cluster of sea turtles and the dry cluster of land tortoises. Now read this and decide what is the answer. Land tortoises were represented by a cluster. Exactly. You should write only cluster. Okay? Because you know a dense cluster of points. Yes. You cannot write a dense dry cluster of points. So dense is already there. You can write cluster of points. Sure, you can see this question. They say land tortoises were represented on the graph. Just imagine there is a graph. On the graph, these land tortoises were represented by a dense something and by points towards the top. So if you go to the passage, this is mentioned in the same paragraph, and you can just see, I mean, they're talking about graph. Then they are explaining it. They say here, sure enough, these amphibious species show up on the triangular graph approximately halfway between the wet cluster of sea turtles and the dry cluster of land tortoises. So they represented them with the help of a cluster. Okay, so rest of the questions you can do on your own, but now we will do one important question, that is question number 40. All of you please come to question number 40. That is global multiple choice. We call it global multiple choice. Why do we call it global multiple choice? There is only one question of multiple choice, and sometimes that question can be answered by understanding the whole passage, or sometimes it can be answered by reading the last paragraph, because it is all about conclusion. It covers the whole passage. That is why we use the word global. Global means it covers all the passage. So please come to question number 40. According to the writer, the most significant thing about tortoises is that. Usually this answer comes in the last paragraph of the passage. When question number 40, only one question, right? So according to the writer, the most significant thing about tortoises is that. Don't read options, just go back and see most significant means most important thing about the tortoises. What is that? Last paragraph. Tortoises therefore represent a remarkable double return. Represent a remarkable means most important, most significant. Now find an option that covers this. Tortoises therefore represent a remarkable double return. Don't tell me the answer unless I ask you. Double return. Double return. Wait. Come on, boys. Double return. A, B, C, or D? So, D. Well done. Exactly. They have made the transition from sea to land more than once. More than once means double, right? Okay, that's good. Fantastic. All the best with your IELTS reading.